lot better. I'm produced by the name of Spaceman Crooks, and a lot of people ask me how I got that name or how I came up with the name. And it's always given to me. I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes, and Calvin would always be distracted and not pay attention in school because he was always having these fun imagination trips, and one of his personas was Spaceman Smith. And growing up, I was in school and I wasn't that good. I was always daydreaming. I really didn't work that hard either, and so all my teachers would always call me Space Cadet. So when I was trying to pick a name, I was like, whatever, I'll own it, because I was thinking about music half the time anyway. So I was like, all right, I'll own it. So we're downtown Chicago today. I work 6 days a week. Today's my only day off. I got that 9 to 5 because I'm trying to support the business I'm trying to grow right now. So all that money is going to advertising. It's going to equipment I need. Stuff like that. I'm sure if you're an artist, you understand what it takes to get a business off the ground. There's that big light. So yeah, you can just get that rocking, and then from there it's about just fitting the vibe with whatever else you want to add on top. So whatever that may be. Everyone always asks what's your process. People love figuring out how artists get inspired. So for me personally, I don't really have a game plan when I go into making a beat. I just like to I just feel what I feel. I get the vibe in my head, and then from there I try and find a sound. Oh wow! Oh my God! I wish I didn't see this. Golly, I'm gonna go broke here. I really want. It's actually pretty recent too. But today's my day off, so I like to do the stuff I can't do. I've been trying to explore the city, which is what we're doing today. So my days off, I always try and squeeze a lot out of it. Right here. But what? Yeah, it's fun. Growing up, I always used to come here for vacation and stuff. My family friends' dad grew up here, so I know Chicago. I've been here a lot, but now's my chance to live it and experience the real Chicago, not the tourist Chicago. I love all forms of art. That's why I like going to museums and stuff, because I can't do this, and I'm so envious of people that can. So I get really inspired when I see just art like this. It doesn't matter, paintings, music, movies, anything.
Slide in to get me a little small coffee.
My name is Clifford Brown. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. The youngest of 3. I got 2 older brothers. Eddie Brown Jr., who's a respiratory therapist down in Greenville, South Carolina. I have another brother by the name of Claude Brown. He's studying to be a pharmacist. He's right now in school for that. My mother, Annie Brown, she's a disabled special needs caregiver. So she works down in Union, South Carolina, which is where we was reared at. Like I say, I'm originally from Atlanta, but we was reared and grew up in Union, South Carolina.
In actuality, this is going to be something new because people didn't even know about my business. You know what I mean? Just something that happened it happened. You know what I mean? Because after the accident, I didn't have nothing. You know what I mean? I was messed up. I didn't have no income, nothing. And then the job that I had, I couldn't return to it because of the severity of the accident. I was a forklift operator, you know, on a what's called a it's a standing standing forklift, which means that the machine itself goes up in the air instead of the forks. So I was going up, you know, 15, 20 feet in the air, you know, lifting up boxes and stacking pallets and stuff. So due to the severity of the injury, I couldn't return to that. And then plus while I was in the hospital, they fired me. You know what I'm saying? So I was in a coma and they fired me. So I had no income, period. You know what I'm saying? I was messed up. So I had no choice but to figure something out. And just by the grace of God, it just happened, you know. With or without you, the show gonna go on. You know what I mean? Like, companies don't care about you. You know what I mean? Like, they'll hire you, fire you, and replace you at the same time. So creating something is a blessing. To be able to do something on your own is a blessing. So thank God for the opportunity. That's all. What I have to do, after I get my specimens, I have to make a count and then store them in the bag. I've already counted 13 because those are samples, which is blood, sometimes tissue, which is animal samples. As you can see, we had a veterinarian. What I do is I go around and I pick up animal samples. So usually I store it in my cooler on ice packs, but 13 is the count.
Mama told me, son, be ready, cause here comes success. Everything that ever happened to you was a test. Pen and pad, all I had.
What I learned with this music is that you gotta have thick skin. You gotta be persistent, consistent, because you're gonna get thousands of no's. But if you persevere and you stand strong with what you're doing and have faith in yourself, you'll finally get that one yes. And that one yes will dispel all those no's. I don't care if it's just something simple as, yes, you can come and perform for us, or yes, we want to play your music, or yes, we want to interview you. Once you get that one yes, that's going to spark that flame in you to seek out that second yes, that third yes, that fourth yes. So my advice to any artist that's coming up, you got to actually look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, is this for you? You know what I mean? Because life is going to go on. So will your career. And if you don't have a proper perspective, a proper, if you don't have goals in front of you of what you want to do, then this music life ain't for you. Forgive me, Lord, of my sins and all of my shortcomings. I surrender. Because I know I have a lot of it.
There's nothing you can't do. You can't be stopped. And that's how I feel. I feel unstoppable. So anybody that watches this, I want you to understand that if you apply the real word, and that's the word of God, you're unstoppable.
It's your praise is so amazing, I acknowledge that. A gift from God to write these bars and I give them back.
Track is real low when I first did it. Can you turn it up a little bit? The vocals that I first did so I can hear the harmonies.
Once you realize it's about you, and then you know your inabilities and your capabilities, you'll be more assertive in this music industry. You'll be more understanding in this music industry because there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. But people don't show the lows of the music industry. They only show the highs. So if you're going to be in this business, expect the highs, expect the lows, and be humble enough to endure them all. That's my advice to the music artist, because I don't know
They put the lie in your face so much to where it seems like the truth. And that's the thing about it. The youth, they are so much blinded by the lie. They think that, well, okay, well, this is, let me get my rapper starter kit. It ain't no rapper starter kit. You know what I mean? Like, just, okay, yeah, you get the jewelry. Okay, yeah, okay, that's one aspect of the business. Okay, you might get the thousands or millions of downloads or streams or whatever. But that's not one aspect of the business. That is not the whole music industry. They don't show you what happened behind closed doors. Now, right now, this is closed doors. This is what's happening behind closed doors. Real life.
To this music. There's no blueprint to this, to how you're going to become whoever you become. If it's in God's will, it'll happen. But you have to be disciplined enough to allow God to work on you as an individual before he can bless you with the stardom. So my advice to artists, up-and-coming artists, producers, gangbangers, whatever you are, get in tune with who you are. Get in tune with who you want to become. Because once you can visualize who you want to become, you can start preparing yourself to be that person. And that's what I do in my head. I see who I want to be. So every day I wake up, I make sure I take steps to becoming that person.